So topic of today's lecture or presentation is research, what it is or what is it really. So I'll try to give you a bigger picture or broader picture, including the history of research and where we are going with the whole process. So let me set up the topics for you. These are the 5 things I'm going to talk a little bit about myself. Number 1, 2, actual meaning of research from dictionary and some other points of view also, especially from academic point of view, where it leads to PhD. Number 3, a little bit of the history, and then actual nitty-gritty or the meaning of what we mean by research and what are the psychological attributes or traits of innovators, and lastly, few points of conclusion. So I'm from the city of Seattle, which is a historical city from the time of World War One. You can see there are about 500 or more big companies located in the city of Seattle and also in the state of Washington. So Boeing is one, and most recent one is the Amazon one, and then before that was Microsoft and all that stuff. You can learn more about myself here on a separate video that I recorded on the same channel, and look at my website and also same YouTube channel to learn more about myself. So coming to the main topic, research, what is the meaning of research? So let's look at the dictionary meaning. It's a systematic investigation into the study of material and sources that we have created, historically speaking, since our evolution, to establish facts and reach new conclusions. It may also lead to, most of the time, it leads to innovations. So that's the dictionary meaning. But overall, research has a particular purpose, and purpose you will see in the later slide being discussed with you. So let's move forward and look what we mean by the outcome of research, which is usually called as innovation. But there are certain elements that goes into creating something new, and those new things or new products and services are produced as a result of some dimensions of our persona. Either it is through the new ideas or using our human intelligence to solve problems that we face and try to find some solutions, like we had done in the case of COVID pandemic. Whenever there is a situation where we need some action, some solution, we try to come up with good research and some products and services also related, or rather created on the basis of research. That may include taking some measures or precautions to fight the pandemic. That may include creation of new vaccines and other kinds of solutions that you have seen right in front of you in the last 3 years, including the creation of new technologies for remote communication, and of course an explosion in e-commerce in terms of buying and selling stuff. So inspiration, creativity, vision, intelligence and ideas, they're all part and parcel of the phenomena of research. So since we have evolved on this planet from the very beginning of our so-called existence on this planet, the human beings, the Homo sapiens, the species which has supposed to be evolved from apes, have been interacting with the environments. And our environment is largely consisting of, as you see in the picture, the air, the soil, the water, the society, and the cosmos. And human civilization, or human beings from the time of their so-called beginning of journey on this planet, have been interacting with these big five dimensions that are part of our existence: the air, the soil, the water, the human beings or society, and of course later bloating it or blowing it up into big civilizations like we have seen earlier in the centuries. So Egyptian, whether you take Egyptian civilization or you take uh, civilizations in South America, or Indus civilization in the case of Asia, and several others including China. So all of those things have happened over time, and as a result of our interaction with these elements that are part and parcel of our existence, we have been able to improve everything uh, around us. And that is largely done through so-called the traits that we have acquired as a human beings that you see in the next slide. So human beings from the very beginning, after they have become Homo sapiens and have much more thinking involved, they have some unique personality traits. For example, curiosity, inquiry, understanding of the environment around us and the factors that are affecting our lives, and the quest for finding solutions to the problems have resulted in new knowledge and, of course, new products and services from the time of our so-called existence on this planet. So this whole dimensions of our persona, curiosity, inquiry, understanding, and quest are part and parcel, or rather they are forces behind what we call as research. So these four traits have led to new knowledge and various innovations. So what is the purpose of research? As I mentioned to you earlier in the slide, it's to improve the existing new products and services if they are there. Also create new products and services, completely new, as it happened in the case of pandemic. We have come up with a new solution. We also have lots of technologies now. For example, you have devices like mobile phones, and you will see the history of the mobile phones a little bit in the slide here. Improve the quality of life, whether it's health or wealth or well-being on this planet, including the problems that we have created during the course of evolution, and the current problems that you see are largely related to the environment. And the fourth, establish facts and come to new conclusions. And this is also part and parcel of our existence or journey on this planet. Evolution of language and the culture and religions and other kinds of institutions we have created for our well-being. They are also part and parcel of our so-called study or dimensions of exploration. And all of that is done through research. And lastly, we also go beyond our planet, go into the cosmos to explore other things that we perceive or view exist there. For example, landing on the moon or going to the Mars and other kinds of ventures that are being pushed by NASA in America and other agencies in Europe. So human beings have been curious about the cosmos again from the time of their beginning on this planet. So that's the uh, larger purpose of research. And here we are going to go look into some specific examples of what we mean by research. As I mentioned to you a moment ago, that the primary goal of research is to create new knowledge and also create new products and services. And you will see everything that we are using today is the result of research, whether it's the light bulb or a television or the aeroplane, Wright brothers, or e-commerce for that matter, the ships, the transportation, and all kinds of other things that we have developed for our well-being. They are all the products of knowledge and research over time. So to understand this phenomena of research, let's look at some specific examples here. So you know what we mean by research. So here's the first example of the mobile devices that we are using today in 2023. So if you go back to the history, the whole thing was started in the military in 19th century, early 19th century. So the Wi-Fi is not something new. It has been there. The telecom has been there for more than a century, but it was confined to the military. And you can see this soldier carrying a antenna and all those kinds of equipments on his back, about 10 to 15 kilo. All of that has been compressed to a small device that you have in your hand now, which is about 100 grams or so. So you can see the difference from in 100 years of research that has led to the so-called miniaturization, or making the device much more powerful and much more effective in 1 century. And that's what has happened due to the uh, evolution of new technologies, also like nanotechnologies and all kinds of sensors and chips that goes into making the mobile phone. So this picture provides you a glimpse of how the research has moved out of the military, especially the Wi-Fi, the telecom stuff, telecommunication, and became a part of our lives in the form of mobile or smartphones that we're using today, even other portable devices for that matter. Second example would be here. Uh, in the last 3 years, we have seen a lot of changes in our e-commerce also. So if you go back to the last century, we used to buy things going to a particular shop in the neighborhood, then came the malls, then now we are into e-commerce, which is a new segment. Now you can order anything that you want uh, on your mobile phone and also do the payment right away. Another thing revolutionary that has happened in the last 3 years during the COVID, and you can see during the COVID, we have shifted from face-to-face teaching to e-learning. Lots of resources have been digitized. We have new communication tools and technologies like Zoom, like Microsoft Teams, and Cisco WebEx, and all kinds of social media, Facebook and TikTok and Twitter and LinkedIn and so many others, Instagram and stuff. And then massive online courses and edX courses and Coursera, Udemy, and others have allowed people to learn on themselves, sitting at their home, in their homes, in their own places, with a laptop or mobile devices or a smart device. So this just happened in the last 3 years during the pandemic. And the next example is about the healthcare. This is also the outcome of the research starting the 17th century, late 17th century, where people, if they were not feeling good, they would be visited by a doctor. Earlier, there was a sanitation issue, the germ theory and vaccination and all kinds of things were started. Uh, and that was an era of production of some kinds of products and services to mitigate the healthcare crisis. So from version 1.0, which started in 1780, to the 223, version 5.0, 22 rather, we see a lot of changes in the healthcare business. Now in 223, all the medicines are personalized Everything that you are now getting from the hospital is specific to your needs, to your problems and medical issues, and that's how it has moved from very general approach to medicine becoming very personal. And this is not accidental. In all these 5 phases that you see from 1780 to 2022 is the product of research. So these are the 4 examples. So in a nutshell, what is the research in conclusion? The conclusion, as I mentioned to you in the last few slides, that the main purpose of any research is to enhance society by advancing knowledge through new scientific theories, concepts, and ideas. 3 of the most influential common research purposes are exploration, as I mentioned to you, being able to describe the phenomena or a process, and also produce new services and products that can help us to lead a better life. So, number 2, good research usually leads to better understanding of issues that affect our life on this planet and more understanding of our surrounding fauna, flora, the climate, the food, the water, and the diseases, etc. So, good research should always create new knowledge and also be able to create new products and services to affect the or actually make the quality of life better. Not ourselves also, but life of other organisms also that are part of the our so-called environment here on this planet better. And research should always aim at problem solving and also focus on innovation, creating new products and services to make life better. So this is what, in nutshell, the meaning of research is. And there is a list of, I just have a limited list of a dozen people who have been part of our human history, including the Steve Jobs, who founded the Apple company and iPhone that we carry now in our hands. Everybody is now carrying that device, and that was a vision he had for human beings. So we go back to the list of these people, 12 people, and perhaps more, to know what exactly is the role of research in our endeavor or in our journey as a human being. So thank you for listening. Thanks.